my good friend Guru, who's on the Minerocker server with me, gave me the greatest of Redstone tutorials I think I've ever had. We recorded it, and so it was well over an hour. So rather than have just one really long episode, we're going to break it up into about a 4-part series where you're going to get everything that goes on in it from beginning to end, the good, the bad, the explosions, the non-explosions, the redstone that works, the redstone that doesn't work, and my whole I can't believe redstone does that reaction. So hopefully you enjoy it. If you find it helpful, please let us know. If you need or want more content like this, more tutorials, more things, please let me know. Leave a comment below. If we missed anything, if there's anything else you think I should know with redstone or that we should talk about, we'd really appreciate it. And let's get started with the episode. All right, enjoy. This is super exciting for me.
Don't. I am not the world's greatest. No, I am not the world's neatest or smallest or most compact redstoner, but I do like playing around a hell of a lot.
Okay, well, I like that. I don't know, okay, so, I got this red block. I'm like, okay, I know that. This, okay. I'm very confused by this. I didn't make it far before I'm like, oh, I'm already confused.
Right. So what we've done here is this is Redstone 101. So this is all of what I would class as the basics.
Okay.
Okay. So we will start at this end, and hopefully by the time we get down to the bottom, you'll understand a little bit more.
Okay.
There's a lot of it, but a lot of it is just multiples of the same thing because I'm trying to show as much of the things that can do a similar job.
Okay.
So right here we have everyone's favorite redstone dust. This is going to show you how redstone dust can travel. So we have 3 switches here. If I hit the first one, you'll see that everything lights up and is getting powered up to a certain point. If you're going to get into sort of the real technical side of redstone, there are a couple of resource packs you can download that will show you actual redstone strength. Do you know what I mean when I say redstone strength?
Yeah, so I might be wrong on the amount, but I believe from this, because this is got the redstone. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Because this has redstone, it is good for 15 blocks.
Yep, and then each block it travels, it goes down. Now, on this one, the standard system, you get coloured variations. It's difficult to tell what the strength is, but you can get resource packs that will have an actual number,
okay.
And will show you the redstone strength that you're dealing with. If you come over this side, solid blocks will block redstone. So even though this is powered, this isn't because it's been cut off. So you can use this in small areas to limit the lines that actually receive or don't receive power.
Okay.
Glass, on the other hand, doesn't. So glass allows redstone to travel through the corner of the block. Which is really handy when it comes to towering redstone up. You can actually tower redstone up using glass to go in a zigzag pattern and get the redstone to go directly upwards in a smaller area.
Okay.
Next ones. These are all items that generate a redstone signal. So we have a redstone block. You have a redstone torch. We have a switch. You have a button. Now the button will only produce a redstone signal for a limited period of time. You have a tripwire hook, which whilst something is in it, will generate a redstone signal.
Okay.
We have, again, your pressure plate.
Okay.
You have a target block. Now target blocks are one of the cooler blocks out there. There's a couple of other things that we're going to do with target blocks. Target blocks will generate a redstone signal, and the strength of it is dictated by where on the target block you hit.
Okay.
So if you hit a bullseye, it will generate a stronger target than if you hit on the outside of the target. I've used that a few times in various different games and stuff like that. And we'll get to how you can play around with redstone signal in a bit.
Okay.
You have the light sensor, which generates depending upon where the sun is in the sky. Now, because we're on a test world and I've locked the weather cycle, this will always produce a redstone signal of 15, but that gets stronger and weaker as the sun rises and then sets in the day. And so you can use that for timing gates and stuff like that. You have the observer. The observer will generate a redstone signal when anything changes in its front face. So if you put a block down, it will flash a redstone signal. You remove that block, it will flash a redstone signal. If you move the observer, if the block you have changes, so you can use this to detect if mud turns to clay, for example, if copper oxidizes, things like that.
Okay.
Comparators. We are going to get to comparators. I have a whole thing on comparators.
Oh,
Comparators
wonderful.
are one of...
They confuse me the most. The only thing I know about comparators is I need them for item sorters, but I don't know how it works. I know how to make an item sorter, but I have no idea how it works.
One of the greatest blocks in the game.
Okay.
I have an entire section on comparators because they are so unbelievably flexible.
Okay. Awesome.
Now then, powering a block. Block's power. Well, I say block's power. Inside here we have a redstone block.
Mm-hmm.
It will only give power to its actual faces. So as you can see here, you've got 6 faces on that redstone block. Those 6 blocks will be powered from it. Diagonals, corners, don't work.
Mm-hmm.
A redstone torch won't power the block it's attached to.
Okay.
We'll get to a little bit more of that in a minute as well.
That it's attached to. So, like, for instance, if it was over here...
you have op. You can do whatever you want on this world, by the way. So if you want to pick blocks and whatever, I've already made you op.
If I put this here, it's still not going to power that block whatsoever. No matter where I put it on this block, it'll never power that block.
It won't power the block you attach the torch to.
And it won't go down. So,
no, it will go down.
Oh, it will go down.
So if you were to replace this torch with that one.
Oh. It does go down. Okay.
It's literally, so think of the torch as a block. So it has 6 faces. The thing with the redstone torch is it just won't it won't power the one that you've attached it to.
Okay.
That's
interesting. Okay.
Repeaters. Repeaters are a really badly named block. Because a repeater doesn't actually repeat anything. All it is it's an extender. Mm-hmm. If you have power going into the flat side of the repeater, it will force out a signal strength of 15. Mm-hmm. So you generally use repeaters for 2 things. Number 1 is for extending a redstone signal. Number 2 is you can add delay into a signal with repeaters. So if I hit this button here, you can see that they don't all go at the same speed because there's different speeds at different lengths of what's called ticks on these repeaters. So each repeater, you've got this little slider that adds a tick of delay for each notch on it. So you can go from 1 tick of delay, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, and 4 ticks. And then the larger that is, the slower the repeater pushes its signal out the front. So you can see this side is all 1 ticks. The ones in the middle are all 2 ticks. The one on the far side is 3. And the one on the very far side is 4 ticks.
Okay.
And so that gives you how much of a difference you get from the speed of having linked repeaters. And it's really handy for more complicated contraptions where timing is key. I need this to happen first, then that to happen.
Yeah.
That's where you start seeing repeaters and different tick delays. A lot of redstone doors will use different ticked repeaters to make certain that the pistons fire in the right order, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
The other thing that you will find with repeaters is you can force a redstone signal into a block with a redstone repeater. So if you were just using redstone dust, that block isn't currently powered because the redstone coming out the far end isn't. But if you put a redstone repeater into the block, that will then force that block to have power. And then you can then drag redstone dust out from all of them.
And if I wanted, that would...
Yep.
Okay.
You can just continue to train it across.
Okay. That's really cool. Oh,
right.
I can go... Oh, okay. Sorry.
And so, yeah, you can use that to branch. I'll go through some other bits and bobs in a minute with this sort of thing, because what becomes really clever with this is... actually, no, we will cover that in a minute. Okay. Using pistons to move blocks that will then turn lines on and off. Comparators. So, a comparator used in this system should be called a repeater, because this basically just repeats the signal out. It doesn't actually do anything. The signal coming in here is the same as the signal coming out of the front of it. It doesn't add anything to it.
So using it like this, a comparator does the exact same thing that a repeater does.
No,
in the same process.
It's in this system here. Yeah. That comparator is just a piece of redstone dust.
Oh, it's not even like, so it doesn't extend it at all.
Doesn't extend it. It literally repeats what's in the front out, what's in the back out the front. So it's just a piece of redstone dust.
Got it. Okay.
Now, what you get here using the side gate... Oh, I've missed that one on the repeater, actually, as well. Go back to the repeater section for 1 second.
Okay.
Something else you can do with a repeater is lock it. So if you run a signal into the side of a repeater, it locks that repeater. If you turn the power off, that stays locked. That is powered, even though there's no power there.
Oh... Man.
And it won't change until you unpower the side gate. And it's the same if you power the gate.
Sorry.
If you power the gate and then power the repeater, it doesn't turn on. You can lock this so that this won't change all the time this is powered.
Oh, that's going to be so useful. That's awesome. I did not know that I could do that.
So it works much like an OR switch, where you go, if that one's off, then I can change this one. But if that one's on, I can't do anything with that.
Oh, that's awesome. Because I have a plan I've been wanting to do, but I don't have the expertise, which is what I'm hoping to get here. I want to build like escape rooms.
Yep.
And that is brilliant.
Yep, so basically, you can lock doors even with a switch until something is done, just using that simple mechanic.
That's awesome. Okay.
Comparators. So, the side gate on the comparator is what makes it brilliant. Well, it's one of the things that makes it brilliant. This is the normal mode. So, you compare the signal strength going into the back of the comparator. If that is equal to or greater than the signal strength going into the side of the comparator, you get a signal coming out the front.
Okay. Equal to or greater to.
Yep. If it's less than that, you get nothing. So this is a signal strength of 13, 15, 12. This is 11 because it's less than that. Nothing comes out the front.
Got it. Okay. So this is so that's where I was confused. So this is, I'm thinking that this is 3, so that's more, but it's less. It's less because it's further away from the redstone.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we were to move it one closer, it would still go through because it's equal.
But if we move it one closer, it would not go through anymore.
Yeah, so if we go in here, that then immediately turns off.
Okay, I get it now.
And then the last one we have is you got a little button at the front of your comparator.
Mm-hmm.
That's subtract mode. Now what that does is it takes the signal strength going into the back and it takes the signal strength going into the side away from it.
Okay.
So you've got 14 going in the rear, we've got 12 going in the side, so you get a signal strength of 2 coming out the front.
Okay. So there is some redstone. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so there's just 2 little redstone coming out of here. Now, when you combine that with what I'm going to show you down here, you can do a whole host of really cool things.
Okay.
So
These are a
comparators,
bunch of things I've never thought to use with redstone.
comparators can read anything that you can put something in.
Okay.
And throw a signal strength out based on how full that item is. This is how your item sorter actually works.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can use furnaces. You can use this sort of thing would be great for your escape room. Because you can do this and you could give someone a potion and they would need to put the potion in the potion stand, and if they do, you can then read that they've done that using a comparator.
And then it would do whatever it... Oh, that's really cool.
Whatever it needed to do.
And the redstone strength would be different if they had 1 potion, 2 potions, or 3 potions.
Exactly. So,
okay.
Yep. The more full this object is, the larger the signal strength. That works with chests, it works with chest chests, it works with barrels. The other thing is, especially for your escape room, you can read through a block.
Oh.
So you can hide this comparator. It literally just reads it through a block. Shulkers, it's how you work with shulker loaders and shulker unloaders. And also randomizers that I've done a lot of stuff with, because you can chuck a load of shulkers into a dispenser, dispense a random shulker, and each shulker has different amounts of stuff in it, which gives a different redstone signal out. One of my, the last big game I built was all based on a shulker based randomizer. Now, this one, I don't actually know whether they've changed it yet or not.
Okay.
You can chuck a music disc and it will read a signal. Now, what I don't know is, have they changed it? They have. This is changing on Java very soon.
Okay.
You want to do that? Where music discs, different music discs will provide a different redstone signal.
Oh. That'll make things interesting.
So yeah, depending upon the music that disc you're playing, it will give out a different signal. This is literally how your item sorter works. It's a hopper being read by a comparator.
Mm-hmm.
The reason you put 41, 42 unnamed items in is that is one below the signal strength needed to produce a signal strength of 3. That will then turn off the torch, which unlocks it. I'll go through those in a minute. We'll start building some extra bits at the far end.
Okay.
But yeah, dispensers, droppers. You can even do stuff like respawn anchors. Oh. Oops.
Whoopsie.
Someone slept.
Yeah, that was not what I meant to do. You know what's funny though? There's a bunch of anchors here now. It's like What I was trying to do is to see what was inside of that.
The Rinsport anchor's just got some glowstone inside it.
Okay, so it's just the
That's
glowstone. Got it.
yeah. It just changes the number of charges. Not the end of the world.
That's hilarious.
Honey, yeah. So beehives will work. Lecterns are a really handy one.
Okay.
You need a lectern. You need a book and quill. And the book and quill needs pages in it that have got stuff written into. But what you can do is, if you change the page,
It does a different redstone.
it does a different redstone signal. So the higher the page, up to page 29, I believe, because it counts it as twos, you get a different redstone output. Item frames. You put an item frame. As you turn the item in the frame.
Oh.
So the old arrow in an item frame, as you twist it round, it provides a different signal strength.
Does the item matter?
I don't believe so. Nope. In fact, no, I know it doesn't, because on Eternia I have an entire thing based around my player head.
Okay.
So where you can turn my player head to get them all straight. And yeah, the other great one, which is lots of fun, skulk sensors, depending upon what it is as well. Now, skulk sensors produce a different redstone strength based on so many truly ludicrous things.
Okay.
So they will detect player movement. So a lot of people have used them for automatic doors.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk up, your door opens. I'm working on a door at the moment for mine rocking, where you'll have to light 2 campfires, and the sensor will actually detect you lighting a campfire, and it gives a different output.
I want to see. So if I waterlog it so it doesn't make sound anymore. Oh, it's still making sound.
I don't think you necessarily waterlogged it.
Oh. Now I'm breaking everything.
That's all right. We can stick a block back there, lock that one up.
Because we can put a comparator, because a comparator can go through the block.
Oh yes.
Okay, so this will work.
Yep, it can hear it. What you may need to do
Not
is, because it's
wool.
It's reading from there. So yeah, if you want to block off this side, use wool for it. But yeah, it will work. So yeah, you can direct not exactly, or pretty much exactly where it will actually read from as well. Yeah.
Okay, that's brilliant. I like that a lot.
Hoppers.
Okay.
Most people know hoppers. Obviously, you can point a hopper in 5 different directions.
Mm-hmm.
The direction you point it is the direction that the hopper will force an item. Now, hoppers actually do 2 actions. A hopper pulls and a hopper pushes. It pulls from the top and it pushes from wherever the tail is pointed. The push action the pull action happens first. So that's why this system here, if you were to put items in the chest at the top, they would all end up at the chest in the bottom here, not any of these 2. Because it gets
it goes
pulled
there.
Here.
Yeah, it's getting pulled
pushed,
here before.
And it gets pulled down and down.
Yeah, so this would get full after these 2 plus this hopper were full. Then it would fill.
Or if you lock this hopper.
can lock a hot.
Yeah, that's how your item filter works. So
All right, so there you have episode 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything that you found helpful, let us know. If there's something you learned today, or if there's something that you feel we could have done a little bit better, let us know. We would love to hear about it from you. Guru and myself will be on this, so we really like to hear from you. And if you wouldn't mind doing me a huge favor and just subscribing to the channel if you found this helpful, letting your friends know, sharing it, it really helps us out. Give us at least, even if you don't subscribe, please give us a thumbs up. It helps the channel out immensely as we try to grow. And until next time, we'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.